A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Executive Governor of Kaduna State, my brother, the distinguished Senator Ubasani, ably represented by my friend and brother Tahir, the Director General, examples of putting a round peg in a round hole. He is not just a livestock developer by birth, he is also one by practice. And it is indeed worth noting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has found him so worthy to occupy the position of the pioneer Minister of Livestock Development in this country. My brother and neighbor, Mr. Mukhtar Idi Maiha. He lives about 3 houses away from my house here in Kaduna. And so we have this privilege in our street to have 2 ministers in the cabinet of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at least in Kaduna here. His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zozo, Ranke Dedi. Last year, I ran into some trouble when I reported to His Royal Highness that my wife, my Origida, is doing very well in my house, and that as a testament to that is the fact that she has not reported me to him, and he has not found it worthy of recalling her back to Zazo Emirate. I ran into problem when I left this venue last year. So this year I'm not going to say the same thing. The only message I have is that I should tell you that she sends her regards and that she's doing well. That's the only thing I will say. The Emir of Hadejia, His Royal Highness Alhaji Adamu Abakar Maji, CON, who is represented by Dammasanin Hadejia, Alhaji Tijani Musa, and Wakil Hadejia, Alhaji Abubakar Hassan. The guest speaker, Sheikh Maruf Onike Abdulaziz, the Chief Missioner of NASFAT. I think what you did here is not just to speak, you actually indeed delivered a lecture. If not for time constraint, we are not tired of listening to you. We hope that we will continue to do this in the interest of our country and of our unity. The translator, Professor Ismail Shehu, I was wondering how you are able to not just capture what was in the lecture itself, but what he was able to say. I think that we've had a very worthy, compressed translation, not analysis, translation of what the guest speaker has said. Thank you for the work you have done. The conveners of this event, the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Africa's largest television network. And I must hasten to add that it's not just Africa's largest television network. We are also working to ensure that it becomes Africa's most efficient television station. Comrade Abdullahi Dembos, thank you for the work you do. The Director General FRCN, Dr. Mohammed Bulama, Director General of Voice of Nigeria, Mr. Jibrin Babandachi, and the Director General of ARCON, Advertising Registration Council of Nigeria, Dr. Fodapo, who has just been introduced. It is actually a very tricky one. When the chairman of the occasion, the Honorable Minister of Livestock Development, was setting the tone for the lecture, the thought in my mind was that by the time he finished, the lecture was as well being delivered and we just go home. But when the guest speaker came and also acknowledged that. He, of course, again dug deeper to the extent that we felt if we had left, we would have missed so much. So thank you, all of you on the high table, and the representative here, I can't remember the name exactly, from Imo State, the chief imam from that side. Thank you for coming. You were also here last year. Thank you, all of you. It's difficult to go through all the area of very important dignitaries here, but let me hasten to acknowledge the presence of the former governor of Kaduna State, Alhaji Ramadan, who is here with us, Your Excellency. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being a part of us now. I'm sure he understands what I mean. And thank you for also showing what leadership is all about. It is not only when you are in office that you get invited and you attend. And he's humbly sitting on the other side of the table. Thank you for your presence here. Hajia Jumai Biwal, for instituting this 19 years ago. Hajia Mariam Biwal, rather, for instituting this 19 years ago. Thank you for bringing this to bear. And I do hope the management of the NTA and the other sister stations will continue to uphold this very important lecture every year. Now, my lecture, my brief keynote address. I am highly honored and delighted to join the faith, politics, and power, the involvement of ulamas in politics and its implications for our country. I want to commend the Nigerian Television Authority, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, the Voice of Nigeria, for the dedication and sustenance of this annual Ramadan lecture. This, of course, is consistent with your mandate in providing a vital platform for national discourse, and I have no doubt that this lecture series will continue to catalyze positive change in our country. It is my sincere honor, therefore, to recognize the esteemed presence of His Excellency Malam Uba Sani for the great work he's doing in Kaduna State in uniting especially the people of this state. Let me also salute the chairman of the occasion, Malam Idi Mukhtar Meha, Minister of Livestock Development, and also our royal father, Emir of Zazzau, Malam Ahmed Nuhu Bamali. Most importantly, I am excited that two renowned scholars, Sheikh Maruf Oniki Abdulaziz, the Chief Missioner of NASFAT, and Professor Ismail Shehu of the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, are here for us to benefit from their fountain of knowledge. No doubt what we have heard from the Chief Missioner and the Hausa translation we got from the professor has left us better educated today. Nevertheless, during this holy month of Ramadan, where families come together in supplication, reflection, solidarity, and compassion for one another, the triple effect of today's theme, God willing, our tomorrow. Undoubtedly, it is a phenomenon that we must all continue to navigate. However, as we meander through the dynamics of faith, politics, and power, we are also confronted with internal and external political dynamics that, of course, shape our future. The present Tinubu administration, only about a week ago, presented and signed the 2025 annual budget. Of course, it is an ambitious one of about 54 trillion naira, but which puts so much emphasis on national security, education, infrastructure, health, and agriculture. In addition, one of the most outstanding outcomes of the policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the creation of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. In this regard, we must indeed show our appreciation to the President for his vision of ensuring the creation of that ministry. And I'm happy that the Honorable Minister of Livestock Development is here in person. For those who may not know, the Ministry of Livestock Development is not just for cattle rearers, and it's not only established for those who have the business of rearing cattle. It is a very important add-on, economic add-on, to ensure the prosperity, the economic prosperity that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised for our country. Finally, as we navigate politics and power and its effects on political discussions, we must uphold the rights to fulfill our obligations that all bind us together by promoting harmony, resilience, and also encouraging unity amongst our people. It is our hope that the annual Ramadan lecture is not just a lecture in religion for all of us. It is also a wake-up call for all of us to come together as Nigerians to forge a common unity for the progress of our country. In conclusion, let me say that the Nigerian Television Authority, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, and the Voice of Nigeria that have jointly provided this platform for all of us to reflect deeply about our nation, about our society, will continue to thrive in this country. I call on all of them and all stakeholders to join hands with them to encourage them to continue to provide this kind of very vital platforms for the progress and for the unity of our country. May Allah bless our families, guide our steps, and grant us the wisdom in all our endeavors. And to all of us, and on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I say Ramadan Kareem to all of you. Thank you very much.